The first word of the Scout Law is trustworthy. Trustworthy reminds me of the word honest. Trustworthy and honest and having integrity is doing your best when you are given an assignment. Sometimes things don't turn out the way you would expect, but you still have the responsibility to be honest and not hide from the truth. When I started coming up with ideas for my Scoutmaster Minute, an old story of a king and his kingdom came in my head. The story goes like this. There was a great king who lived a long time ago. The king was a good king. He didn't have any children and therefore no heir to his throne. Being a wise king, he decided on a plan that would determine who would be the next king. He called all the young men in the kingdom together and gave them some seeds. The king told them to go home, plant the seeds, and take good care of the plants. After 3 months, he would bring them back all together again. The young man with the most beautiful plant would be the next king. One young man took his seeds home, planted them, watered them, and took very good care of them. Yet despite several weeks' worth of effort, he saw his seeds were not sprouting. Nevertheless, he was diligent and continued to take care of them. At the end of the 3 months, the young men in the kingdom gathered together again. All the young men carried beautiful plants, except for one young man. In fact, he was almost too embarrassed to return to the king. However, the king required that everyone had to return and show what became of the seeds. The king looked over all the plants, all beautiful, all well cared for. Finally, the king saw one empty pot and asked the young man what became of his seeds. The young man replied that he had done his best to take care of the seeds, but they never grew. The empty pot was all he had to show for his efforts. Smiling, the king announced that this young man would become his heir. He then explained to all that he boiled the seeds before he gave them to the young men, and none of them could have grown. This young man was the only one who was honest and had returned the original seeds he had been given. So I think the point of the story is that being honest and trustworthy and having integrity and doing the best you can possibly do all the time can only mean good things. Maybe the next king of the kingdom could be you.